You can't be good unless you are really focused on it. And being good means you achieve something, or you struggle for something, you try to climb that mountain, or you're gonna oppose something that's antipathetic to you or an impediment to you. And that's where drama comes from for me. That's the kind of drama I'm interested in.
I think the way he's focused on his work and his drive and his commitment and obsession to achieve something, is constant with all of Michael's characters in his movies, and constant with Michael. I think that sort of echoes through the films he does and the leads and the characters in them. And yeah, Nicholas Hathaway, my character, was someone who absolutely wanted to say something and do something and change something, and was obsessive about it and committed.
The primary emotion I have about the Sony hacking scandal, about hacking at Sony, is that it was awful. These are friends of mine, and this happened to,
Yeah.
and it's terrible. In terms of intrusions on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 4. When you talk to the folks I talked to 3 years ago, and they say, you see that Air Force's jet fighter, that's our F-35. This such and such defense contractor got hacked by this group here. That's the heavy duty, really serious stuff.
2.5 years ago, when we were doing research, talking with sections of government and security, in the cyber security world, and in politics and across the board, even in the criminal world and whatever with hackers, all of them said this stuff is happening now and is coming on a bigger scale, and this is the world, and no one has any idea, or they have some idea or very naive view on it all, and that was, it was kind of shocking and exciting also, just for what we were embarking on.
If the next film I shot should be shot on film, I'd do that in a heartbeat. We almost shot Public Enemies on film. We came that close.
Really?
And then it really came down to a subtlety of audience perspective. The kind of liquid surface of photochemical kind of makes historical subjects recede a little bit. It's very elegant, but it removes you. And what I wanted was to bring audience into 1933. You're there. This is happening. You're walking out of this theater. Here's what streetlights are like. That's really a car right there, and that's what all cars are like. So I wanted that immediately. The problem with Public Enemies was that the bulk of our prints were photochemical. So the release printing, which was notoriously sloppy, but if anybody saw it digitally or saw the Blu-ray, that's the way the movie was supposed to look. Today we don't have that problem since all cinemas are digital. I'm developing 4 things at HBO right now. There existed here a prejudice against, if you're a filmmaker making motion pictures, there's a prejudice against television.
That's what
That was a big prejudice. And if that's not a prejudice that I shared in my experience going to graduate school and living in England for 6 years, that wasn't the case. Film directors there, they made Kathy Comes Home, which is a seminal TV movie made in the late 60s. They directed a movie, they directed opera, they went back and did a piece of theater, they shot another picture. Directing was directing. And so that's something that I was just kind of internal in me as I was looking at the operas. I read this pilot screenplay initially called Gold Coast, and said, man, this is terrific. I want to make this as a movie. And my friend who ran Universal Television said, you can't. It has to be a TV series. Come on, executive produce it. And I said, okay. And then we changed the name to Miami Vice.